Hey guys, welcome back to Simply You. Be here, be real, be you. Carly Basham. Thank you all so much again for tuning in. I absolutely love having you all here, and I hope you all have had an amazing week so far. Thank you to my team, my support system. You all are incredible. And today we actually have a very exciting guest with us today, my longest and best friend ever, Natalie Brewster. Welcome to Simply You. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm so excited. Thank you guys.
Yes, literally cannot wait. For those of you all who are watching on YouTube, we just got a new studio space too. So this episode is just super exciting for a lot of different ways and reasons. Between the studio space and my first guest, I am just so excited to get into it today. So without further ado, welcome back to Simply You. Be here, be real, be you with Carly Basham. Nat, thank you so much for being here. I am so freaking excited.
Okay, I'm so excited too because this is something that we actually went on like a super long walk and we talked about for so long.
Yes.
And I'm just really proud because you actually have made it happen. And I am like super excited that I'm your first guest. Because it's something that we both like have wanted to do. It's just like she's had time and more drive to do it. So
literally. I'm not even kidding you though. I was actually going to mention that today though, because y'all, we went on literally, I think it was like a 2.5 hour walk almost outside.
It was so long.
And just like the conversations that we were having were just so like enlightening, and we like were not like, it was like nonstop conversation for the entire 2 hours. And it was just like bouncing off of ideas and conversations about life and friendships and boyfriends and partnerships and heartbreak. And oh my God, it was just so good. And whenever we were talking about that, we were like, wait a second, we should have been fucking recording us because it was just so good. Oh my God, literally the entire time. But that was what, like 2 years ago or something? Almost.
Gosh. It was...
Or like a year and a half ago?
Yeah, it had to have been like a year and a half
ago.
That's
crazy. It's crazy to think because we've literally been talking about like slowly but surely creating a podcast for so long. And the fact that like we're finally to the point where this is like our first episode together is crazy because best believe this is the first one, but y'all are going to be seeing her many times. Literally, like she might be a co-host one day. Hopefully, that would be the dream.
Yeah, I would actually really like that.
Yeah,
like a lot.
I think that the people would too. But a little bit about just Nat specifically and me. She's a fucking badass. Let me tell you right now. She's going to school to be a athletic trainer. Yes, for AT. That's what they call it, right? AT.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. That's what I've been saying. I'm like, she's going to school to be an AT.
Yeah.
Which is super exciting. She played volleyball in college. And I think the coolest part is that me and Nat have been best friends literally since we came out the womb, you guys. Like, it was crazy. Because our moms were best friends before we were born.
Yeah, for like probably for like a little while.
Yeah.
Before we were born, and then obviously we were born.
Literally.
And then it was kind of like we didn't really have a choice.
Right.
Like it was just a choice to be friends or not.
So literally, just like put us together. No, literally, because they were like, you two are just going to be hanging out on Fridays, like every single weekend. Our families would always just come in, go to each other's for like Friday fun night.
It literally was like Friday fun night or Friday game night.
Yes.
It was really just like parents get to drink together and like go kids.
And the kids just go do something. No, literally. But it's just been so special, I think, just to see each other grow throughout each stage of life. Because I feel like you don't really see that many friendships nowadays with that that type of like longevity behind them too. And I feel like, we grew up like 5 minutes like away from each other too. Yeah. So it's like we were seeing each other every single day going to school. Like we would always be hanging out, going to each other's like backyards, either go swimming or going to like walk or run or going to like make a fucking tree house or something.
Yeah.
Like, we were always
literally doing something. We
always get ourselves entertained, to say the least. But so I just wanted to kind of get into it a little bit today. Just introducing a little bit more about our friendship and just some fun moments that we've had throughout the years. So let's get into it.
Yay!
I'm so excited. Okay, first question. What is your earliest memory of us being friends, would you say?
Oh gosh.
No.
I guess this isn't like I don't know, us being friends, but I always, like, the first thing I remember is, like, our preschool graduation photo together. And it's, like, we both, like, we're, like, trying so hard to smile, and maybe she can, like, clip this in.
I'm going to say this. You like, clip this fucking picture.
Like, we're, like, trying to smile, but we're not. Like, we, like, didn't, like, want to be there. Like,
we were the types of kids in school where, like, you could tell that we would just never want to go to, like, the mandatory, like, events between the first communion or, like, all of those things. Like, it was so forced between us, and we were always trying just to be with each other.
And, like, the pictures we would take, we'd be like,
it was like, guys, our smiles would look crazy.
No.
Like,
yeah, we'd be like,
Like, you could just tell it was like your parents being like, guys, please. Just smile for one picture together. Oh my God.
I think that's probably, like, I don't know, maybe that's not, like, the earliest memory, but I think that's, like, something that always comes to my head is, like, that picture, because I couldn't say I remember taking that picture, but every time I look back, I'm like, yeah, like, that's definitely us.
Yeah. Yes. You're like, that's where it all began right there. No, literally. That is so funny. God, I love that. Oh my God. I would say mine. Well, one of mine I would say is us doing salsa club. Do you remember us doing salsa club in, like, third or fourth grade? It was only, like, me, you, and, like, 4 other people. It was, like, our 2 crushes at the time because we had, like, forced them to do it so that we could literally just dance with them after school. And then we learned salsa with our Spanish teacher. Learned salsa. I'm not even kidding you. There was, like, Spanish music is it Hispanic? Or Spanish music?
I don't know. I think Spanish music.
It's not that deep. But there was, like, Spanish music playing.
Yes,
there was, like, Spanish music playing in the background, and I swear we would just be staying from, like, 3 to 4 or, like, 4 to 5 after school to hang out, literally. It was ridiculous, but I just always remembered that specifically because I think we just, like, invented that fucking club too.
No, it wasn't real.
Like, I don't think that was an actual club. I think that we just invented.
And it wasn't even like, let's be real, like, it wasn't a club. Like,
no,
you just,
like, there was, like, 4 people. There was,
like, we just went.
Like, and we just stayed after school just to hang out and just do salsa.
It was, like, okay, because one thing I will say, we both went to daycare.
Yes.
So at our, like, elementary school, if we, like, our parents didn't pick us up in this certain amount of time, I don't even know. It was, like, the 2 carpool that went through, and, like, if they didn't show up or nobody picked us up, we'd have to go to daycare. I don't know what it was, but we, like, both, like, hated daycare. Hated daycare.
Oh my
So I, like, have this, like, maybe it's, like, our, like, subconscious was like, maybe let's create this club. Literally. Just so we don't have to go to daycare.
Just to do it, literally. And I swear, we were just always, like, making shit up just to keep us entertained, I feel like. Which honestly goes to show just, like, about this podcast, too. Because I feel like just through every single stage of life, we were always just creating something that was just, like, different or just something like done before, which is so cool.
Like games.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
How would you describe us whenever we were kids?
God.
We could go a lot of different routes.
We could go a lot of routes. I guess I don't want to say. Oh God.
I know.
I don't want to say, like, I guess actually I'll say, like, we were definitely, like, independent kids.
Yes.
Like
100%.
we kind of, like, I wouldn't say, like, we wanted to be, like, the older girls, but, like, we wanted to, like, do stuff
that
just,
like, our age weren't really doing.
Or, like, just do things like just us two.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't like we wanted anyone else to be, like, with us. Like, we just wanted to, like, do things or create things or make up games or make up whatever it was. Like, we just wanted it to be us two.
Yes, 100% agree. And just kind of going off that too, I really feel like we were never, like, me and you never were just in, like, one group either. Like, I swear, we were, like, the duo, but it was, like, we were always bouncing around to, like, every single group. Like, we would be, like, bouncing around, like, the jocks, like, the nerds, quote unquote. Like, it did not matter, like, what age group, what grade, like, what group that they were in. We, like, would just, like, insert ourselves in. But, like, it was, I feel like, it would always be like on our own time almost.
Yeah, it'd be like if we wanted to, we would.
Right.
But if we didn't, we just wouldn't. We would just hang out by ourselves.
Yeah, literally.
Which I don't know. I guess
very selective.
Yeah, like
Very
that's a
selective.
good word.
Yes.
But like it doesn't like I guess like our parents would be like, oh, we're the mean girls, but like we weren't really mean. Like we just kind of like we stuck to ourselves. Like to be honest, like that's literally like
we just never like we were just never the type of kids I feel like who would like go out of our way to try to like do what people were doing almost, you know. It's like because I feel like growing up, there's always so much pressure to, I feel like, do what everyone, like, around you is doing, like, in your grade and everything like that. But, like, we would be asked to, like, go to, like, birthday parties or, like, go to this and that. And we would be like, we just want to, like, hang out with, like,
we'd be
each other. We'd be like, we just hang out
we wouldn't
at each other's houses. Like, can I just go to Nat's house tonight instead?
It just would, we would never, like,
had the urge to.
No. And that, I guess, saying that out loud, maybe it sounds bad, but, like,
it's weird that
but, like, that's how it was. Like, honestly, like, I guess, and it sounds so dumb, but like once you find that person, and especially when you're like a child, and you're with like that person, it's like, why would you want to be with other people?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing also, growing up, like she had an older brother, and I have two sisters, but my older sister, and like everybody kind of hung out.
Yes.
So like we were always like with older people.
Always.
And if we weren't with those older people, we wanted to be by ourselves.
By ourselves, exactly.
So I don't know if that has something to do with it either.
It honestly could, I feel like, because we were always, I feel like, hanging out with like my brother and his friends, or like your sister and her friends. Like we were never hanging out with like our friends. Like our friends were like each other, you know, like you and I never had like our own group or like anything like that. I feel like we were always just doing what like our siblings were doing, but like they were always older, doing just like more extravagant things at the time. We're just going to just more fun things. Yes, exactly, because they were older and more cool and everything like that. So,
but I think also because like that has to do like when you're a kid, like it's your parents and it's like it's your parents' friends. So when your parents are friends with them, you're just friends with whoever their children are. And like if they're older, you know, it's 100%. Just like that.
100%. And I feel like too, just kind of going back to like once you find your person, it just like sticks almost. Like that's just how me and you were forever. I feel like it didn't matter like what we were doing. Like we could be in the biggest crowd with like so many people that like we knew that like we would be talking to, but we would always end up just going right back to each other and being like, do you want to just go get some food or something like that? And I feel like that just is like I feel like now it's still the exact same way. Like I feel like we know what we like. It's like we have our people who we surround ourselves with, and it's like we don't feel the need to have to go out of our way. Exactly, just because I don't know, it just like works for us. And I feel like too, you and I are the type of people where it's like we just have such a deep level of it's like you and I have such like a deep level of just like understanding with each other, where it's like if you wanted to leave, like I knew that, and like vice versa too, where it's like if we were out or something, like we never had to worry about like, oh, like Nat probably wants to, you know, like stay or do this. Like we were always on the same page of like, are you ready to? I'm ready. Like, let's go.
It's like people are always like on TikTok. It's like you get that look. No, like literally, it's like okay, please let's go.
Like please let's go. Like let's go. Let's go turn on some Dance Moms.
Yeah, or literally anything. Like you didn't want to be there.
No, literally. And like you're also the type where it's like once we know that we are done, like our faces cannot hide it.
I'm still that way.
Too. We both are.
Like,
we both are.
I don't think we're ever going to grow out of it.
I don't think we are either. Like, our faces will show it all.
The whole thing.
And especially, like, because we both have extremely bad, like, we both have extremely bad RBF faces. And we've both been told that before. Like, we've always been told, like, fix your faces, fix your faces.
Fix your face.
Literally.
No, I'm like, fine. This is just like,
it's just your face, literally. Yeah. Literally. But, ooh. How do you think we have changed as we grew into our teenage years?
Oh, good question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we change? I don't know. I would say teenage years from like as we were a kid, like I said, we were always surrounded by older people. So I'm not sure we really changed much from going into our teenage years, but I think from teenage years to even to now, or even like a couple years ago, I think that's where I've seen like the most growth in her and honestly and in myself. So I don't know, like
I would agree because I feel like we've always been more like mature for our age too. But I feel like so that kind of carried us through like 6th and 7th and 8th grade and even like the beginning of high school. But I feel like it was like towards the end of high school and honestly to like the end of college for us was the biggest like transformative time for us.
Yeah, and I'd say in both good and bad ways.
Oh,
because there were a couple years like senior year of high school.
I was so down bad. That was a terrible year.
I would say like it was you went through like a lot that year. I don't think that year was like I wouldn't say like per se bad. Like I had a great time that year, but like I don't think the people that I was hanging out with, like Maggie, obviously like one of my best friends, will always be one of my best friends ever.
She's such a real one.
But the people that we were surrounding ourselves with, and she would say this too, like they were not the people that I could ever see myself hanging out with now.
Isn't that so crazy to look back on and just see the version of yourself that would be able to, like just because like at the end of the day, it's like those people are a reflection of yourself then, but it's like, so it's like you were at that point. But
like, I can't even like now.
Right. You could even imagine.
I can't see, like, why would, I don't know. It's just like, why was I hanging out with those people? Like,
and like doing what you were doing probably.
Yeah. Right. Like, why was I doing that? And like, I guess like, that is totally like, that is growth. That is,
right.
And it's great. And it's
great to be able to recognize it too, because.
Oh yeah.
If you can look back on your past experiences and know that you are not even like a completely different person, but just would make different decisions now, I feel like that just should tell you how much improvement you made in yourself too.
It's like,
because I mean, like you have to be able to go through that to obviously be able to learn from it too. And I feel like you and I throughout between probably our senior year of high school up until we were truthfully probably done with college.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah, just because we went through, I feel like so many experiences,
so many changes in those years.
Yes, and they were like drastic changes too for us.
Those years are like
heartbreaks, whether it was moving states, whether it was friendship breakups, whether it was losing self-confidence. It was just so many huge drastic like transformations between us. That's probably where I feel like we just made the most change. I feel like just within like our sense of worth, because I feel like we both known who we are, but I think we haven't always, not even expressed it, but I feel like we haven't always felt super secure to just like own it almost, because I mean like we can come off as, I feel like, not even like intimidating, but it's like we know who we are in the sense of like what we say, what we do and stuff.
I have my own values and I'll stand by that.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Like we are both the type where it's like we know what we stand on and we don't.
I'm not changing that.
Right. We stand on our business. And to some people they can be like, oh God, like that's so fucking intimidating, but that's just
that is like so, I think like I've gotten that so many times from like men.
Yes.
Like they'll be like, oh, like I didn't want to approach you because you were intimidating. Am I intimidating or are you just intimidated by me?
Literally, I am so fucking sick of hearing you are just so intimidating. Why is that my issue? Why is that our issue?
That's not a problem.
Right. Like if my persona, if my aura is that intimidating, maybe you should just be able to match it at that point.
Or you're just not the one.
Right.
That's you're just not the one.
Especially when it comes to men who say that. I used to take it as like, oh my gosh, like that's so cute. Now it's the biggest fucking red flag to me
like, ew.
Ever, because why is a man intimidated by me?
Like I know,
what?
Like no, you're just intimidated. Like that is your own problem. That is my problem, and never will be my problem.
And that is just insecurities. Like oh my gosh, and that is literally the biggest red flag. Is an insecure man. Oh my God, which we are going to get into. Trust me.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
Oh my God, that's going to be a whole other episode, y'all. And y'all wait for that, because that's going to be good.
Yeah, we don't even need no.
Trust me.
No.
That 2 hour walk, that was about half of it. So We'll get into men a little bit later, to say the least. Ooh, God. Ooh, this is one of my favorite questions. Did we ever get in trouble together?
Literally all the time. Like,
we were literally like the troublemakers, but like not in the sense where it was like the like bad, like, because like we never got suspended, like never that, but we were just always the ones where like our teachers would be like, here comes Carly now, you're like, Carly now, we stop talking, or like, oh my God, like they're goofing off again, or like they're getting like the class riled up, or like that was us, but like we were never the type that was doing like violent crimes to the point where it was getting us suspended.
Not like
it wasn't that type of trouble, but
But they're just like those kids that were like, oh, like the teachers like were like, oh, we don't want them in our class.
Like we were always on yellow. Like if y'all know those states, yellow and red, we lived on.
Lived on.
But literally just because we were always talking.
Yeah, but then like I think that was like our younger grades, and then as we got older, like we weren't allowed to be in the same grade class.
No, we
weren't.
Home. Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. I don't know if it was like our counselors or
I don't know who said it.
Our teacher, but we literally had it confirmed that we were not allowed to be ever in the same room or in the same homeroom together because we were talking too much. And then, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, no. And then they thought that was gonna like
stop us from talking.
Yeah, like we weren't gonna be friends. I don't even know what they thought, to be honest. But I
was
like,
didn't work. If anything, it just made it worse.
Yeah.
Because then once we were able to see each other, we were just talking more.
Worse. It was worse
because we had to catch up on everything.
Yeah, it was worse. But yeah, I don't know. We weren't really that bad. Like there's a couple stories. I guess we can like tell them like we were at her brother's football game once, and like
this is literally the story that stands out to me the most.
Like we thought
this is literally the type of shit that like we would do.
Okay, right. So like I don't know where we got this piece of paper. I don't know why we got this piece of paper.
We got in so much trouble for this too, yo. Oh my God.
And we thought it was like the greatest idea. I think my sister was with us.
Yeah, because we all three drew one.
Yeah, and so like we decided like this is this best idea. We were gonna go get this piece of paper, get a pen, go like 2 football fields over or wherever, like
literally sneaking off,
and thought like, and we were like, let's see who can draw the hairiest penis. And we like literally like we thought it was like a great idea. Like we were like, we're gonna take it and like mind you, like
we are so detailed.
We are the stupidest people ever because we're like, well, who's gonna judge them? Because obviously we're gonna think ours is like the hairiest.
We were like really going into this.
No, it's like a whole competition.
Like, no, literally, because we are bigger, competitive people.
Oh yeah.
So this was a full blown competition.
Yeah.
Who could draw the hairiest penis?
Yeah, we thought it was like the greatest idea. We were like, okay, well, your mom. So we took it to her mom. Her mom.
I wish y'all could have seen her reaction. I mean, literally. Oh my God, I've never seen that woman so mad at me.
She's like, get in the van. We had to get in the van.
And we were walking
sat in silence the whole way back.
Because we literally walked up to her. We were like, can you judge our penises for us?
We were proud.
We were so proud of the penises. We were so fucking proud of them. And she was like, oh my God. And mind you, we are at a grade school football game. So we were showing and
this was in front of
everybody, right? Like in front of all of the parents. And we're so proud that we have these hairy baby penises. Like
it was like
oh my God. So then of course we get in trouble. We go into this, oh my God,
science.
Oh my God, my stomach had the biggest knot in it.
I'm gonna have to tell your mom, and I'm like, okay.
You're like, okay, literally. Like, because we were also the type that because we had that one book. What's that book called? Where we would be like reading it religiously.
What, that American Girl?
Yes.
Because my mom got it, and I think I brought it over to her house, and we were like we read everything, like, oh my God. But her mom was pissed, like, literally she said, get in the car, and we're like scared.
Oh my God.
I don't know why we were scared, because 1000% she took a picture of it.
Oh my God, yeah.
And like, who knows where it's at, like.
Oh my God. Hopefully in the trash by then, but that's literally just like the type of things that we did. And then there was this one time where we wanted to go to the concession stand and we got $20.
Yeah.
Mind you, there's 3 of us. Yeah, there's 3 of us. 3 small little petite girls.
Yeah.
And we go up to this concession stand. I mean, we get $20 worth of candy. And if you all know the concession stand, like the candy's only worth like $1 to like $3
or 50
max.
cents.
50 cents at the time, literally. It was so cheap. So I think we literally cleared out
Airheads were like 25
20
cents.
and like those long Sour Patch straws.
Yeah.
And we cleared out the entire candy section. Wait, to the point where they literally had to give us a full tray.
They gave us like a cafeteria tray and like put everything on it. Again, we thought we were like the greatest people ever.
Literally, like, oh my god, we just spent $20 on candy because they were expecting change back, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And we literally came back like we didn't get waters. We literally just got candy.
We didn't get food.
No food. Literally just candy. And we had walked up and they were like, "Where's the change?" And we were like, "There is no. We got so much candy." And they were, oh my god, they were so mad at us. They were
she said, "Give me that." Like
they were like, "Take it back right now."
She said, "Pick one thing and take it all back." And
so then we had to do the walk of shame. That was our very first walk of shame.
Literally was taking the tray
in front of all the parents at the football field. Like, oh my god, we were so. Oh my god.
And then the concession man, I don't know why I remember this. He was like, "I figured he'd be back."
Yeah, literally. He was like, there was no way.
Yeah, he was like, no.
Literally, he knew too.
Yeah. We just thought we were like the smartest kids ever, and clearly, like,
we just were. And like, every single thing that we thought that we every single thing that we thought that we were being like slick about, it all like we always got. We always got in trouble.
Like, it was never slick.
And it was always the most ridiculous things that we would try to hide. Because, like, we wouldn't try to hide us, like, drinking at, like, 17 years old.
Never. Like,
never. We would try to hide us drawing penis. We don't even try to hide that.
But no, we didn't hide it. We showed them. I don't think we ever, honestly, we both grew up in very, like, open households.
Yes.
Like, I don't think we ever, like, honestly,
like hid anything. No.
I can remember one time I, like, hid a half bottle of vodka in my closet and it was found like 2 days after and like nobody said anything and it stayed there. So I'm like, why did I even hide it? I could have just had it in the open.
No, literally. I remember there was this one time because I don't know why pouring vodka in those clear fucking water bottles was like the thing back in the day.
I don't know why we did that.
Why would you just try to get straight?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Like literally I remember like it would spring breaks. It was really bad on spring breaks.
Oh my god, it was terrible.
We'd put like whatever, and this is like when, 15, 16.
That's insane.
We were young when we started.
Which is also going to be an entire another episode.
Yeah. We like would fill it in these clear, like the clear, literal water bottles.
Yes, literally like these.
Like, and like half of it, you'd put like vodka, and the other half you just put like water.
Yes, or like Mio spritz in it.
And like I didn't even ever use Mio. I just was like okay with that.
Isn't that crazy?
And that is insane to me.
It's crazy. Drinking culture, especially where we grew up in, drinking culture is so bad here. Like, it was terrible. And it was just pushed and pushed. What is one thing about our friendship that has stayed the same? I feel like there's a lot that has honestly stayed the same.
Yeah.
Which is honestly so special, I think, because that just goes to show that, again, it just goes back to you and I are just like, you and I are the type of women who just stand on who we are. And I feel like so much between us has, because we are the type of friends where it's like we could go like 2 months without talking.
Oh, and we have.
Oh, we have.
We actually got like years.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've gotten longer before, but like there was nothing like that made us stop talking. No. It was just more like you were busy and I was busy. But then it was like as soon as we would see each other again, it was like
it's like it's just like whenever it's like literally when we knew when we were children, like it just is what it is. And I don't know.
Exactly.
I think outside of like individually, like us like kind of, I just not gonna say change, but like growing up, I think my favorite thing about our friendship is just like the honesty, and then like it's just like, I mean, it sounds so dumb, but like loyalty.
Yes, no, for real.
Like if I don't know, it's like
for real.
You don't really find that much anymore, and it's like I don't know.
No, you really don't. And I really think that those two words between loyalty and honesty, like that literally sums up our friendship. Because like our friendship, and I honestly feel like that's why it's lasted so long, because we aren't the type of people who is gonna like sugarcoat like how we're feeling, what we're thinking, where we're at. But like then it just creates such like an open and honest space for us that it's like we can just be our fullest, like freest self and not give a fuck. Just because I mean like that's just, I mean it's just like how it's been always, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like too, like our loyalty runs so deep just because I feel like, especially between like my own experiences, like my senior year, like I lost so many friends. I feel like my senior year, and then I feel like just even going through like my college experience between like transferring and just like doing all of that, like you were always the person who was always, I feel like, texting me in the times where you just knew I like needed somebody just to be there, you know? And to me, like that is the most valuable type of friend, is the one who, yes, obviously can like check up on you on like those like small days and everything, but like you just get me so deep, I feel like, where you know when it's time to be like, hey girl, like how we doing right now and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
it's just like that.
Yes, it's just like that.
Dumb. It's like dumb, like connection, intuition, and it sounds dumb, but like it's just like it goes both ways. Like I don't think we would have been friends this long if it was like a one-way friendship.
100%.
So like
100%, and that's where too I feel like you and I, especially just through like, and that's where I feel like you and I have done such a good job throughout the years of just like we're both meeting each other there, you know, like it's like it has never felt with you like I'm trying to like pull you or trying to like beg, you know, for you to even like be my friend, you know, like it's always just been like a no questions asked, like I'm gonna show up for you, like I'm gonna support you, and that's like a no question asked. I mean, like on like the back end of it too, like we have done tough love before, like which this is why I fucking love you, Nat, because you are one of like my main friends who I can just fully count on to just tell me how it is, like especially for like this podcast. Like I sent her so many like trial runs as far as like the names of it, like the look of it, like the tagline for it, like the like the logo for it, the color schemes for it, and just because I feel like you know what I'm trying to do, but sometimes I don't always get there because I can go it off the walls, and that's just where like I'm the type of person where it's like I just need people to like almost pull me back in sometimes, and that takes tough love though, you know, to do it and be like, hey, like that actually fucking looks terrible. I think you want to honestly go that direction, and
well, there
just
was
not be afraid to say that too.
There was like one of the colors, like she was showing me for this, and I was like, dude, I kind of hate that.
Yeah.
And she was like, really? And I'm like, no, yeah, I kind of hate that. Like, I don't think that looks great.
Right.
And she's like, okay, like, I'll mix that one. Like, what about these? And I was like, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's also like receiving it.
But it's,
you know what I'm saying? Like, some people would take that, like,
and take it so personal.
You could have taken it and been like, oh, like she
oh my gosh,
she wants me to fail, or like whatever way you want to take it. But like, I think that's like the good thing about like, you have to like receive it. Like if you ask for it, you have to be able to be receptive of it too. 100%. And not everyone's like that.
No, not at all. And that's where too I feel like just how we grew up with each other, like we've just always kept such like an honest and open dialogue between each other that I feel like whenever that's just like, I feel like since that's kind of been like the norm for us, whenever we do ask for each other's opinions, like we fully expect to hear the complete honest truth.
Yeah.
And like if that means that they don't like my outfit, or like if that means that like you think I need to change, or like she fucking loves my hair. She loves my hair short also. She loves to keep it short. But I mean, like it doesn't matter like as big or as small as like my hair versus like my podcast brand and something like that. Like I just feel like there's just such like a like a, you know what I'm talking about?
Like a meet in the middle.
Yes, exactly.
But it's not that.
Yes.
But like a meet in the middle type of thing.
Yes, exactly. And I just feel like too, we both know that we want the absolute like best for each other too. That it's like, we know that if you're gonna tell me that if we know that if you were gonna tell me that color scheme sucks, I know that it's because you see what I'm trying to do, and you know that that's not it. You know?
Same, like, I mean, it's just like everything's like, it's just out of love, and it's like, out of like, I want you to succeed.
So rare nowadays.
And like, there are so many people like you can meet in college, and it's like, yes, some of them become like your best friends ever, and that's great, and like we both have some of those,
right?
But then there's some that are just like there, kind of, and they're like, they would say these things in a way that's like, I want you to fail.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But
almost like passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Almost. Or it's almost like they want to see you try, but they're secretly hoping you're going to fail.
But they're like, I actually don't want,
yes.
I don't want that to actually be successful.
Yes, exactly. And it's like, oh my God, that's actually so true. Because I'm like, with this podcast, even like I've seen so many people like view my stories and view this and that, and I won't see any of them do anything like that. And I'm like, which like that is not everything at all, but it's just more so like people. I feel like, or there are some friends who you can just tell they actually want you to succeed, and they are going to push you to that. And I feel like part of reaching that success is hearing feedback, is hearing constructive feedback with what you are trying to succeed at. And I feel like that's why that's why I feel like being able to have such like good friendships around you to be able to give you that good feedback, because I mean, I'm a firm believer, your best friends know you better than anybody, right? Like they know you better than your parents, they know you better than your partners, just because they see every single side, every single thought, like they see how you think.
And 9 times out of 10, they've been there
with you. Right. 100%.
Through a lot of shit.
Exactly. Last 2 questions. This one's going to be kind of short, but it's fun. Okay. If you had to describe our friendship in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh my God.
I know, it's hard to pinpoint.
But honestly, I already used to.
Right.
I'm going to say honest, loyal, I don't want it to be like, it's not going to be like one other word, but like,
if you do
like, oh my God, sister from another mister.
Yes.
I have 2 sisters by blood, but
shout out Ashton.
Yeah. But like always was with us.
Yes.
So it's like same vibe.
100%. And I swear, just having especially an older brother, being around like you and your sisters was like true, genuine girlhood for me.
Yeah.
Like I loved going over to your all's houses, because that was whenever I got to like my eyebrows waxed. You always like my eyebrows, like my mustache, and all of that.
It was like the girl house
yes.
for everybody. Like her, Hillary.
Yes.
It was like the girl house. Like
like playing dress up, makeup on, coming up with dances. Yes. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Because me and like your sisters too were so close, which I think was so cool too.
And like still kind of like
we still are. Oh
my
God, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like they're so awesome. But like we were also close to like the point where we would be at like our local pool during like the summer, and we would all be like making up dances at the pool together, and like again, all would be hanging out with each other at the pool. It was
like they'd be like, go make friends now.
And we're like, oh, we like each other though. Like we're cool.
Yeah,
like,
we're fine.
No, literally. Yeah, but those are great words. I would say loyalty is definitely one of the first words that comes to my head whenever it comes to you, just because you are literally like, you've not just like shown up, but it's like you've proved your loyalty too. Not even that you have to, but it's like, I genuinely know that if I am not in the room, you are going to say the best things about me. And I feel like that is also so rare to find. And especially like I've seen the back end of that too, where it's like I've had so many times where like I've had people come up to be like, oh my God, like she's saying this about you, or like she is saying this about me, or where it's like I've had so many times where it's like I've had people come up to me and be like, oh, like she's saying this about you, or she's saying this and this. And I feel like with you, like you have always either been the one to either come up and like tell me that they're saying it, or you've always been the one to either like check people and be like, oh, like that's actually like not true or something like that or whatever. And that's just awesome, because that's like a different level to loyalty. It's not just, I think, staying true to each other, but being able to stay true whenever we aren't around each other too. Like I have no doubt about that. Like I am going to be like a ride or die for you, no matter if you are in that room or not. And I feel like you can kind of say the same thing. And I feel like that just needs to be like, there's not enough friendships out there that are true ride or die. Like, I feel like people want that, but they don't live on it. And I feel like you just do such a good job of like embodying what a loyal best friend and sister is. And like you, truthfully, like you honestly set the tone for like how I hold like my friendships too, as far as like a loyalty point of view, just because you set the standard for it, you know?
Yeah, I just think like really like fake friendships especially fake girl friendships, it's so normalized nowadays. And it's just like,
it's not it.
It's just not what it like. And we saw it so much in high school.
Oh my gosh.
Like we went, I don't know if the people know that, like we went to an all girls high school.
Yeah.
And it just like,
you saw
that shit is it is so normalized there, and it's so much more about how you look, who's popular, who's not, who's dating the hottest guy, who's dating the quarterback at.
Literally,
like,
and let me just tell y'all, we were never cool enough to be in the popular group. To
and
say the least. She could have been. I was shunned from it, but she was asked, and she was like, "I don't want to be in that group."
Yeah,
which also goes to my next word, but go on, sorry.
I just like, I don't know, and like seeing that, and it's such like pivotal like years in your life
because you're growing and you know
it literally like shapes your view about like what friends are or what they're for. And I don't think like that was really the best thing that our high school like did for us.
Yes, or even like showed us, like exposed us to.
And like I think that's where like just being like who we are as people and like who our parents raised us to be. Like that it just shows you the difference. And I don't know, I just think I hate that it's so normalized and it's so annoying. And like you will see 10 fake friendships to like the one real one. And that's just so like, I hate that. I hate it.
And I feel like that's just why we stick to each other so much and so tight too, just because we have seen it firsthand how bad it actually is. Because being at that all girls high school, I mean, it was
literally here, man. Like that shit is insane.
I'm not even kidding you. You could be in a class and hear girls talking horrific things about these girls. 30 minutes later, they are going and sitting down and having lunch with them.
I loved going there, but that's one thing that they just don't emphasize enough. Maybe it was our grade. I doubt it, because girls are just catty. But
especially at that age, and especially I think just being in an all girls school, there was just so much jealousy and envy. And I feel like it was just girls just trying to like one up each other in everything. Like it was never like, oh my god, it's good for you. It's always, oh my god, now let me one up you. And
it's like, you know, and the like worst thing is that I used to see, and we probably everybody that went there saw was like, God, and it's so bad to say, but like spring break's coming up. Who can eat the least?
Oh my god!
And that like. You think about that now,
it's sickening. There would literally be like
competitions of who can eat the least
at lunch,
or like I'm only eating like a salad, or like not even salad, lettuce.
They would be like bragging about it almost, and that's what's sick. They would be bragging about literally their lunches being like carrots,
or like a piece of lettuce.
Yes, and then like, and I'm not even kidding you, especially around spring break, that is what the entire conversation was. So it's like all that you heard was, don't eat,
from every grade.
Eat this from every single grade. So then it's like, that just makes me be like, no wonder that had such a bad effect on so many of us at that age too.
So many girls. I'm really glad that it didn't ever hit. I'm glad it never like, I'm very lucky. Like
it hit me.
Yeah, well, I'm very lucky and I never cared. I was just like, we had like these cookies there that were so good, and then
these cookies were so fucking good,
and then like the curly fries, I'd be like, damn, I want some. I would go get it, and it didn't matter to me like, oh, spring break's coming up, because to be honest, I was never the type that like ever really cared about impressing boys.
I love that too. It's one of my favorite things about you.
And like, I just want to be with the girls.
Like
spring break to me was like, I want to be with the girls.
Yes.
I want to know if the girls like drinking culture, like we are going to talk about later, but like I want to drink with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's what I wanted. I didn't give a shit. Oh, boys don't think I'm skinny enough. Like I did not give a shit.
And then also like, let's go back and look at the guys that we were actually trying to impress.
Right.
Give me a break for a second.
Right. Like where are they now?
Like, can we please be so for real? They're still at O'Shea's.
Legit Baxter's.
They're at Baxter's and O'Shea's right now, actually.
Like, literally. Like,
oh my god.
Okay, so let's move on.
Yeah, but yes, okay, so I would say my 3 words: loyalty, I would say authenticity, just because, especially for you have just always been the type of person who just like sticks to like who you are through and through. And I mean, like, you even saw that in high school whenever the like popular group was trying to get you to even like be in with them, and you were like, I don't want to be in that. Like, I just want to like be like my people and stuff like that. But I feel like that has like transferred over with me too, just because like I've seen you like embody that so much, and I feel like that's just been something that's been able to like grow throughout our friendship too, which is like our like authenticity. Like now it's to the point where it's like we can sense fakeness from a mile away. It is scary.
But that's like a skill.
No, it is. It is a literal skill. And I would say that like we hold our friendship to such a high standard, but not to a point where there's pressure to it. It's more so like our standard is just like being real, being honest. And then I would say the last word would, I would fucking say honesty again. I hate to use the right word, but I mean, we just have such a genuine, honest friendship. And again, like there's no other word. I would say literally honesty, loyalty, authenticity, and literally just like ride or die. Like a fucking ride or die, literally like a sisterhood. Yeah. Like that is literally what we built. That's our legacy, I feel like, together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Yay! That was such a good conversation.
Yeah, and it was so fun, and I'm so glad that we like, I don't know.
Just rip the Band-Aid off the first episode, especially too. Yes, because I feel like the first episode, I'm to that. But no, thank you so much for just being here, Nat, and just being my first guest. I'm honored to have you. And I'm just so happy that you were my first guest, because I feel like you are literally the perfect woman, and you just like embody everything about. No, but I swear to God, like you embody what Simply You is, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm so
we like talk about this together, so it's like
right.
I mean, not that like I really like did anything for it, but it makes sense. But it makes sense that I'm like the first guest.
It does, and I would not want to have it any other way. And trust me, y'all are gonna be seeing a lot more of her. We have hopefully lots of more conversations to be had. But seriously, just thank you so much. I would not have it
thanks for having
any other way. And I hope you all enjoyed the first official guest episode here on Simply You. I'm so excited. This is truly just the beginning. God, we are gonna have so many amazing guests on the show, and I feel like just having that on here is just setting the tone, setting the standard for the rest of the incredible people to come on. But seriously, like you are a badass, and I'm not even kidding you guys. If you all want to see, learn, and just live like a beautiful, powerful, honest woman, follow fucking Natalie, because I'm not kidding you. She literally is all of those things and more. If you all think that I'm real, she makes me, like, she puts me to shame, you know? And it just is so amazing, and it's just so valuable to see. And I think that more people should know you, and I just cannot wait just to keep having you on the show, because it just makes me so happy.
Well, thank you. I'm so happy that I got to do it.
Yay, me too. I'm so excited. Thank you all so much for tuning in again this Sunday. I absolutely love having you all here. This week, I want to challenge you all to just hold that one friendship that you hold so valuable, just super, super tight. Send her a cute little appreciation text, because she deserves it. Your girl friendships are so important, and especially the realest friendships. So thank you all so, so much for being here on Simply You. Be here, be real, be you with Carly Basham. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.